What up, YouTube? I'm Mr. Bradley here to bring you guys Week 10 picks of the NFL. Our predictions are bold predictions every week where we pick each game and see which one we can get right. But first, I am none other than Mr. Bradley. Here with me is my great co-host, great best friend, and the better half of the show, D-Ball.
What's up, guys? Glad to be here, do some picks for you. Last week was a little weird. I heard we had a new stat come in for the first time in NFL history. I'll let Mr. Bradley tell you that one, but glad to be here. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Let's get it started.
Yes, that stat you were talking about is none other than every home team won last Sunday who played at home. Every single team won for the first time since 1970 in the NFL. It's fucking crazy. That's just crazy. We didn't have a very good week picking our picks, so I'm going to go over what we were before. You were out ahead by 2 games, 67 and 38, and I was 65 and 40. I went ahead and took that stupid ass tie and just put it as a win because that's ridiculous to talk about the one tie every time. But last week you were 7 and 6. A lot of those teams, like you said, should have won, didn't win, and I was 8 and 5. I had one game better than you. Wow. And overall, that puts you at still number one, 75 and 44. And I am 74 and 45. One game out from you. I keep creeping every week. Right. Every single week. Moving on, week 10. Let's go straight out the gate.
So, yeah, our first matchup that we're going to bring to you guys is going to be a pretty good game here. We're going to start it off with the Lions and the Bears. The Lions are 3-4-1, and the Bears are coming in at 3-5. The Lions are coming in with a number 5 offense, but the Bears are coming in with a number 9 defense. Mr. Bradley, what do you think about defense versus offense?
Defense wins championships. Just depends on how you put it together. I'm going to take the Lions this week. I think Mitchell Trubisky might get benched, and you might see some Chase Daniel because he has just been garbage. I mean, he has not lived up to his sophomore. He's having a sophomore slump. He's got 5 passing touchdowns in his last 7 starts. Man, if it wasn't for this defense, like I said a couple other times about other teams, they probably wouldn't have these 3 wins because that's what's kept them in these ball games. The Lions are just a better offensive team than the Bears are right now. And like you said, they're number 5 in the league right now. Give me the Lions.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you here. It's kind of tough.
The Bears?
Yeah, I don't know, dude. They're just deadly to me. I think they're definitely better than what their record reflects. I think this is where they're gonna make the difference. The Lions are number 3 in the passing game, and even though the Bears have the number 9 defense, their passing defense is horrible. They're one of the last teams in the league, but if they can stop the pass, they should beat the Lions. Yeah. They have to stop the pass. They have to get pressure to Stafford. They got to get to him. If you can get to him, he has that awkward-looking throw. He won't be able to get it off quick enough. I think the Bears take this one at home.
Nice pick. All right. Next game is going to be the 6-2 Ravens coming off that hot win against the Patriots, in which nobody's talking about them beating the Patriots and making them not undefeated anymore. They're going to play the Bengals at Bengals, in which the Bengals quarterback Ryan Finley will be making his first career start. Who the fuck is Ryan Finley? T-Ball, tell me who you got and why. I'm pretty sure I know.
This should be easy. I have the hot Ravens coming in. Second in offense, 15th in defense. They're first in rushing. That's Lamar Jackson is a big help with that. The Bengals are just 0-8, and that's horrible, and they should not be this bad, but they are, unfortunately, and I just don't see them winning this game. If they won this game, it would be a goddamn miracle. But after last week, I'm starting to think anything can happen now. I'm pretty sure, this is a division game, so we're going to go ahead and give it to the Ravens, I think, with not only the Bengals sucking, the hot offense, the hot defense, and them knowing the Bengals I think this should be no problem.
Yeah, absolutely. Ravens all day, never more. There's no way they stop Lamar Jackson. He's going to have 1,000 yards. Like I said, bold prediction at the beginning of the year. He's got almost 700 now. He's going to run all over this team. Their defense is not that good. It's number 32 in the goddamn NFL. Like, good luck stopping him.
Is Lamar Jackson on pace to break 1,000?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We're halfway through. He's at 600, and I think it said 37. easily win that game. The Ravens. I mean, there's just no way the Bengals with a 32nd ranked defense going to stop Lamar Jackson and that team. They're just going to run it up on them.
Did you see them run the option against New England?
I did not. I didn't get to watch any of that.
They ran the Wildcat. They ran the option. They were running shit straight out of high school and college, guys. I swear to God. And I guess that's what you have to do this year in order to beat the New England Patriots and actually have a good defense that's in the top 15. So
good offense.
yeah, I mean that offense is killing. The rushing is killing. They're just putting it on New England last week, and yeah, like I said, no problem with the Bengals. Mr. Bradley, who we got next?
It's going to be the 6-2 Bills going to the disappointing 2-6 Browns. The team, I'm off the bandwagon. Like you asked me earlier, I'm finally done. They just can't put it together. This is an amazing offensive talent. Kareem Hunt comes back this week, but I don't think that's going to be enough because Chubb's been balling. He's top 5 in rushing this year. And they just can't throw the ball. And defense hasn't been stopping where it's got to stop. I'm going to just take the safer team here and take the Bills.
Yeah, I'm going to take the 6-2 Buffalo Bills. I mean, yeah, you're absolutely right. Chubb's put them at 13th in rushing in the league. Their passing still ranks 17th, so it's not bad. It's just, offensively and defensively, they're still top 20. But they just can't find ways to get it done. Cleveland just, I guess because of the new coaching and the new players and everything that they got going on last year and bringing in new people, they're just not clicking yet. And the Buffalo Bills really are top 3 defense. Buffalo hasn't allowed one receiver of opposing team to go 100 yards on them. So, yeah, this should be a blowout. I think the Bills take this one no problem. Next game we're going to bring to you is the Carolina Panthers at the Green Bay Packers. Carolina at 5-3, Green Bay at 7-2. Green Bay, just not good last week. Little disappointing there. Carolina possibly losing Cam Newton for good. He's out for the rest of the season. That is confirmed. I think there's no way Carolina goes into Green Bay and takes this game out from them. Now, their defense is better, not by much, but I think our passing defense is really good, and they're going to have to rely on the pass because they no longer have anybody to scramble. They're going to be dumping it off to McCaffrey, probably short yardage. I don't see McCaffrey doing a whole lot against us actually on the ground. I see him getting a lot of screen passes in this game and trying to make things happen from there. I just don't think it's going to get it done, though. Green Bay is going to take this game at home.
I love the pick because I'm going to stay the same way. And 1, because they're at home. 2, Aaron Rodgers has a 102.5 quarterback rating versus the Panthers, the highest of any quarterback at any point in time of at least 5 career starts. He has their number. He balls against them. And Kyle Allen, like I was talking about, the last 2 games, he has not played well. Under 200 yards passing per game, 2 touchdowns and 4 picks over the last 2 games. Passer rating of 54.6. Prior to that, he was doubled in everything. But I think last week was a fluke that the Chargers beat us because we were on the road and we were just not. I think we came in too cocky, but that's going to piss off Aaron Rodgers. They're going to have him throw the ball a lot this week because of their pass defense.
Yeah, because we can beat the Raiders, but we can't beat the Chargers. But the Raiders can beat the Chargers.
Right, they just beat them.
Isn't that what you were saying? Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah, and Thursday Night Football. But look, Aaron Rodgers and Green Bay are going to be pissed, and Matt LaFleur, it just looked like last week his play calling was just boring, and that's why they ultimately lost. But yeah, they have a great run defense, the Panthers do, and we have a great 1-2 punch, but I think we're going to pass a lot this game, do a lot of trick screen plays on them, get that defense, pass rush defense to be non-existent against Aaron Rodgers, get him some quick passes, and the Packers handle this game hands down. Give me the Packers at home.
So next game we're bringing you is going to be the Atlanta Falcons trying to fly in on the New Orleans Saints, who are 7-1. The Atlanta Falcons are the opposite, 1-7. It's funny, a 1-7 football team is number 1 in passing this year.
Right.
Number 9 offense still, but 24 defense. Now, the New Orleans Saints are at home. They got the number 14 offense without Drew Brees.
basically, but he's back playing. But yeah,
He's back now, yeah,
without him,
but they've been without him, and they're still able to stay in the top 15. And their defense is number 5. Their defenses look spectacular. They're just looking all great and all around. I'm super confident that now that Drew Brees is back, they're going to be just as deadly as ever. I don't see the Atlanta Falcons being able to stop the New Orleans Saints. I think it's going to be a very high-scoring game. It usually is. It's going to be Matt Ryan versus Drew Brees. We're going to see who's better come this game. We'll see what happens. Mr. Bradley, who you got?
I'm going to take the Saints easily on this one just for the fact that it might be Matt Schaub or Matt Ryan playing in this game. We don't know if Matt Ryan's going to be back to 100% from his sprained ankle or whatever the hell he's got. It's just not going to be enough. I mean, the Saints are only allowing 15 points per game since week 4. That's the third fewest in the NFL. Good luck. Like I said, the defense is ridiculous. And when you give Drew Brees a really good defense, that's usually when he wins the Super Bowl, because that's what he had the year he won that Super Bowl. And he's went to NFC championships with real good defenses. It's just they, come up a play or two short, but there's no way they lose this game to the Falcons. And the only way I see that happening is if everybody on their defense got hurt. So, yeah, Saints all day on this one. Next game is Lame of the Week. Giants at the Jets, 2-7, 1-7. Giants have won 5 of the last 6 versus the Jets, but last week they looked horrible against the Dallas Cowboys. Giants did, and the Jets beat them. So I'll give it to you first, T-Ball. Who you got?
Yeah, it's going to be a cold one. I got a low of 40 degrees in this game going into New York, who's 1-7. Giants not much better, but they are ever so slightly 2-7. Yeah, I'm going to have to take New York, and I completely agree with you that this is the lame of the week.
Which New York team?
Which one? I'm going to go with the Giants.
Oh, wow.
I'm taking the Giants. Daniel Jones is going to sweep off that loss last week, and Saquon's going to just run all over these guys. You know what's funny? It's going to be – we're going to see who's actually the better quarterback between these two matchups here. Right. And then we're going to see Le'Veon Bell versus Saquon Barkley.
Right.
This should be interesting. Well, it's going to be a lot of running, I think. A lot of running, but I think where the game is going to get favored is in New York Giants, because the Giants are going to get it done passing. The New York Jets cannot do that. They're actually last in passing this year. So I'm taking the Giants.
Not me. I'm going with the Jets, the New York Jets. They're going to win this game at home, which is funny because it's both their homes.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, you said you're taking the Jets?
I'm taking the Jets, dude. Kidding me? They beat the Giants. The Jets beat the Cowboys. Giants couldn't beat the Cowboys last week. The Jets are just a better. I think Sam Darnold's better than Daniel Jones. You're going to tell me that I'm wrong?
Well, the reason why the Giants lost last week is because of the black cat that entered the field. It cursed New York, and that's when the Cowboys, stayed in it. They got that curse on them, and the Giants couldn't do shit after that. So had it not been for that black cat, they probably would have won.
Look, that's not a thing. Okay, black cats is not a thing. But look, the Jets will win this game. Let me just say something crazy is happening. The DN for the Giants, Leonard Williams, is the only player to start for the Giants and the Jets in the same season in NFL history, and he'll be starting for the Giants this week against his former team. That's pretty cool. But I just like the Jets here. I think Sam Darnold's better than Daniel Jones. I think Saquon Barkley is better than Le'Veon Bell, especially Le'Veon Bell with the Jets. Le'Veon Bell with the Pittsburgh Steelers, now that's close. But the Giants looked terrible last week. I don't think they're going to bounce back from that. We're going to see New York Jets get their second win this week against the Giants.
Another week game, not quite the lame of the week, but almost there. It's the Arizona Cardinals coming in at 3-5-1 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are 2-6. Even though they're 2-6, Buccaneers are 7th in passing. Still, they're at home. Pretty shitty teams. I don't even really know. I'm just gonna go ahead and say the Bucs. I don't think the Cardinals can stop Mike Evans. I think if you can get the pressure to Kyle Murray, Tampa Bay should have this wrapped up.
Yeah, Tampa Bay is not good, but neither is the Cardinals defense, who've given up 24 passing touchdowns this season, most in the NFL. Bucs are at home. Mike Evans is beast. Look, the Bucs stayed with and almost gave the Seattle Seahawks a loss in overtime last week. I mean, they stayed paced with the Seattle Seahawks. I mean, and it was at Seattle. So them being at home, give me the Bucks on this one. That's an easy win, man. Well, I mean, it won't be easy. It's a pretty lame fucking game, but they'll end up winning the game. I think James Winston might do a little something. But we'll see. Next game, Chiefs at Titans. This is Patrick Mahomes might come back, and he's going to be facing Ryan Tannehill. Ryan Tannehill has put up 23.3 points per game for this Titans team with his last, now would be his third start, I believe. And Marcus Mariota was only putting up 16 points. But T-Ball, I'm pretty sure I know who you got here, but if Patrick Mahomes plays and if he doesn't, who you got?
Well, what I'm going to do here is the Kansas City Chiefs versus Tennessee Titans is going to be a pretty interesting game. What I think is going to happen, whether Patrick Mahomes plays or not, is Kansas City Chiefs are going to come in and they're going to lose this game.
Wow.
Tennessee Titans are probably going to beat them by a field goal. It's going to come down to the end where the Chiefs defense falls apart and they let Tennessee come back and just shut them down defensively. They're second in passing, sixth in offense, but that defense is still not up to par yet. Yeah, go ahead and give me the Titans on this one. Sorry, Chiefs.
Wow, bro, you blew me away with that one. I'm going with the Chiefs on this, even if it's Matt Moore. I'm pretty sure Patrick Mahomes is going to play in this game. He's itching to come back. I hope it's not too early, but if he does, either way, if it's him or Matt Moore, they're going to win this game. Titans have not been that great this year. They really haven't. They're going to be playing at home. I get that, but look, Chiefs just came off a huge win last week against the Vikings and a great team that's way better than the Titans. There's no way they drop a stinker to the Titans, but can beat the Vikings that are really good. Give me the Chiefs. Next game is pretty fucking weak. Even if Jacoby Brissett doesn't get the start from being injured, Dolphins at Colts. T-Ball, I'm just going to say Colts. They've won the last 6 of 7 versus the Dolphins. Dolphins are not good. They barely got that win last week that I called on this show, their first win of the week. If you guys don't believe me, go back and check Week 9 picks. But I'm going to go with the Colts here, even if Jacoby Brissett's out. The defense is better. The offense is still better. Dolphins, I think they really just got lucky against that Jets team last week. What about you, T-Ball?
Yeah, I completely agree. The Dolphins being 1-7 and in last place in completely every category, they're just not producing anything. No offense, no defense. I don't know if they're just looking for draft picks this year or what their plan is, but they're definitely not going to roll into Indianapolis and beat this team. No. I give this one to the Colts as well. This should be an interesting game. Next game we got for you is the Los Angeles Rams coming in at 5-3 and the Pittsburgh Steelers coming in at 4-4. Steelers are 7-1 in November since 2017. That's the best in the NFL. Though the Steelers defense is number 11, their offense is not that great. They can't seem to get it done offensively. I think their defense is keeping them in this game. I think the Rams take this one from the Steelers because the Rams have the tools to get it done offensively and defensively. They're another one of those teams that just aren't as good as they are producing to be. Like, they should definitely not be a 5-3 team this year. Not a lot of faith in Pittsburgh anymore, so I'm giving it to the Rams on this one.
I'm actually going to go the other way, man. Jared Goff is not playing very well this year. And Mason Rudolph has come in and played pretty decently for a guy you just have to plug in and have no Antonio Brown, no Le'Veon Bell, and nobody really. And players getting hurt constantly. But Jared Goff's terrible right now. 11 touchdowns, 7 interceptions in the last 5-3 starts. Again, like you said, 5-3 does not reflect how this team should be. The Rams should be up there with a one loss. Yeah. You know, they're a good team. But I think the Steelers are going to steal this one in Pittsburgh this week. I think they have a real good chance of doing it. And this might be the week because we've seen the Rams drop some loser games. I mean, they got whooped by the Bucks. I mean, just totally demolished. Why can't Steelers win this one? So shout out to, my bro-in-law. Just gave you a win there. I didn't pick you guys last week, and you guys came back and won that game. So give me the Steelers here. All right, Sunday Night Football is going to be the Vikings at the Cowboys. Vikings coming off a loss. Cowboys coming off a win with that black cat on the field. And turned the game around for them. But T-Ball, I'll throw it over to you first. Kirk Cousins is 1-6 career versus the Cowboys.
This is my game of the week here. This should be a really fun game to watch. 6-3 Vikings going into 5-3 Dallas team. Both of these teams are great as far as passing, as far as running, as far as defense. This is going to be a fun game to watch. I think if Minnesota can stop the run, they should have no problem with the Cowboys. I think they're going to do that. They're going to stop the run, and they're going to shut down the Cowboys' offense. Even though the Cowboys are at home, I'm going to take Minnesota to win this one. And with Dalvin Cook still leading with carries and rushing yards, I think they're going to pound it right back down Dallas's throat. They're going to match it right back up. This should be a good game. I'm taking Minnesota, though.
I can't pick Minnesota. Kirk Cousins 0-4 versus Dak Prescott head-to-head. Not only that, Dallas is at home. Dallas has got to win this game or the Eagles win, and they'll be tied in their division. And the Vikings just got beat by the Chiefs. And we beat the Chiefs, and we beat Dallas. And we beat the Vikings. And I think Dallas is... Now, Amari Cooper's not going to be... He's possibly not going to be playing in this game, so they might go their whole passing game. They got Randall Cobb out there still, and Jason Witten's slow old ass.
Randall Cobb doesn't get a lot of passes, though.
Right. He had a pretty good, decent game, I would say, last week. I think Dak Prescott is a much better quarterback than Kirk Cousins is, and if you want to talk statistics, he's averaging 300 yards. He's got 15 touchdowns, 8 picks, versus Kirk Cousins, 246 per game, 16 touchdowns and 3 picks. It's just... Being at home gives you that edge. Defensively, I don't think the Vikings' defense is that great. They couldn't stop Matt Moore. And I think Dak Prescott's way better than Matt Moore. So give me the Dallas Cowboys this week. I finally picked them, I believe. I haven't picked them in a few weeks. But next game is going to be Monday Night Football, which I think is the game of the week. Seahawks at 49ers. We kind of talked about this in our last show when we were talking about division winners. But I'll see who you got first, T-Ball.
Well, I believe you already know. I'm taking the Seattle Seahawks 7-2. Russell the Hustle. He's going to have him some Josh Gordon over there. I just feel like with Seattle being as good as they have been these last couple of games, their defense has just got to get their shit together. They're top 10 in every other category except defense. You got to get your defense together. San Francisco's defense is so deadly. Bosa is definitely stepping up. He's looking good. I just watched his brother the other day. He was balling as well. The Bosa brothers got it going on. I'm a little nervous to pick Seattle, but I think they're going to take this game from San Francisco and hand them their first loss. It's not going to be no 14-21. It's going to be 7, maybe 10 points they beat them by. Could be less than a field goal.
All right, well, I'm going the opposite way again. I think the 49ers get this win. I think the Packers will be the first team, I'm going to say that now, 2 weeks prior, are going to be the first team to beat the 49ers. And with that being said, I just think their offense, they haven't played an offense like that. Yeah, the Seahawks picked up Josh Gordon. That's going to be scary. With DJ Metcalf balling over there, their run game, you got Russell Wilson who could take off a run or throw it on you, and he's playing in an MVP season like he hasn't before. But when you got the San Francisco 49ers defense that's just allowing 12.8 points per game and 240 yards per game, versus a Seahawks defense allowing 14.5 points per game and 273 yards. Bosa's out there doing big things, and that defense is scary, scary good. I cannot stop talking about the San Francisco 49ers defense. And being Josh Gordon's first game, it's not going to be a big – maybe he'll have a huge game. I don't know. But you're going to have to get him in 2 or 3 weeks in that mix. When Emmanuel Sanders came plugged right over here and has been balling ever since, I think that offense is going to be way too much for Seattle's defense. Give me the 49ers in this game. Game of the week.
You know, they said if they decided the MVP vote right now, it would be Russell Wilson. So you got to watch out for him, man. He's deadly. He's great at them comebacks. He's super clutch. Yeah. So we'll have to see. But those are our Week 10 picks. This is the Heated Waves podcast here in the Heated Waves studio. I am T-Ball. Don't forget to like, subscribe. My boy, Mr. Bradley. As always,
to go back over those standings, T-Ball is winning by a game at 75-44. I'm 74-45. Let's see how that changes this week. We have quite a few different picks, and I think my picks are better, T-Ball. But that is our football Week 10 picks for the Heated Waves podcast, for the Heated Waves podcast with a Z. Check us out on YouTube and Google us, guys. Thanks. Peace.
Easier for